In the last episode, I talked about shifting your role from an implementer to an advisor, and I know that can feel uncomfortable and maybe even a bit risky. Letting go of direct control means trusting others to do UX work, and let's be honest, at first, they're probably not going to do it anywhere near as well as you do. But it doesn't have to be perfect. What matters is that they start, because once you begin enabling others, equipping them to think about the user and making smarter design choices, you move from influencing individual deliverables to shaping the broader user experience across the entire organization. That's how real change begins. So, how do we support that shift in practice? Let's talk about the kind of strategic services you can offer that allow you to touch more projects without becoming a bottleneck. You see, one of the biggest challenges I see is that projects often launch without proper validation. They're built on assumptions rather than user needs. And if the foundation is flawed, no amount of UX polish will save it. And that's why I recommend something that I call SUPA, Strategic User-Driven Project Assessment. Yes, I recognize that the acronym is a bit cheesy, but it works. SUPA is an entry point. It's a lightweight assessment that helps determine whether a project is even worth pursuing from a user experience point of view. Think of it as a UX pre-flight checklist that keeps bad ideas from taking off. Here's what it covers. Audience. Is there a clearly defined high-value group that the project serves? Needs. Does the project solve a real user problem and meet a well-known user goal? Feasibility. Are there UX resources and planning needed to execute the project well? Design risks. What could go wrong? How can we reduce those risks? And finally, a recommendation. Should the project go ahead or not? And if not, what needs fixing? SUPA doesn't replace traditional business analysis, it complements it by adding a crucial user-centered lens. If you're in a large organization, this might sit nicely alongside business analysts and what they're already doing. And if you're in a smaller team, this can be a way of steering things before it goes too far down the wrong path. The other half of the service offering is ongoing coaching, being a supportive presence on projects without needing to be in the weeds every day. You can provide things like one-to-one coaching with project leads, offering regular check-ins and advice, or group coaching across projects where teams learn from each other's challenges. Then there's things like UX reviews and audits, where you dip into the project periodically to keep it aligned with best practice. You can also offer office hours using tools like Calendly so anyone can book time with you. And then there's targeted workshops, when a team hits a particular UX roadblock and needs help unblocking it. This isn't about inserting yourself into every decision. It's about creating space for others to grow their UX capabilities while you stay focused on high-level guidance. By offering services like SUPA and coaching, you stop being the person that does UX stuff and becomes the person who shapes how UX happens across the organization. You also avoid the burnout that comes with being pulled into every project. You're no longer fighting a losing battle trying to control every touch point. Instead, you're building a system that scales, one that allows you to have a much bigger influence with less stress. In our next lesson, we're going to explore how to support these services with the right resources and tools so your colleagues can start doing UX work with more confidence and less friction. But until then, think about this. If someone from another team asks you for help tomorrow, what kind of support can you offer them? What will make the most impact without dragging you into execution? Let's get out of the weeds and into a role where your influence can really take root.